Well, hello all. Welcome back to my channel. I am vlogging a little bit today, so y'all come with me. I'm going to the dreaded DMV. I don't usually dread the actual wait at this DMV. They have a pretty good system, and I've never actually waited long at this one. So it's just really the point of going out there in the first place and having to take another picture. It's time for me to renew my license, and it was really like kind of surreal when I realized it was time for me to renew it, because the last time I renewed it, I got the 10-year one. So it was like, wow, it's been 10 years. Then I need to run to the bank. The two things that I'm really not that big on doing. I love doing everything electronically, but it's cool to get out in the sunlight and get some stuff done. Earlier today, I went walking with a friend. Kind of did the whole nature trail thing. I love trails. The nature, on the other hand, whole different ball game. So yeah, I was looking out for critters and snakes and all that kind of stuff, but it ended up being a really good walk, and it was just nice to be out in the sun instead of being in the gym. Yeah, it's just nice to be out in the sun. It is getting hot. You know, the sun is just, it's good for you. It gives you vitamin D, and being out in it is just a mood and energy booster. So it's good to be out and about. Yeah, so I'm going to head out, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. And one time for PJ Morton's new album. OMG. I've been a PJ fan since the Emotions albums era. But I'm loving Go Through Your Phone. I'm loving Religion, of course, Claustrophobic, and Sticking to My Guns. I just love the album. It's a great album. So we're back up. So I'm leaving the DMV from having my license renewed. I wasn't in there long at all. I wasn't sitting down for 5 minutes before they called me. So when you renew your license in South Carolina, basically, as long as you've had no issues with suspensions and having it revoked and taken and all of that kind of thing, because I'm not sure how it goes when you have had those issues. So it may be similar, I don't know. But if you haven't had any issues like that, basically you do the eye test and you pay $25 and you get your license renewed. I forgot that on my license it does say that I wear glasses. Well, the thing is, I don't wear glasses like that. Like, I have a pair of glasses that I would wear if I was driving somewhere very foreign to me and very dark, because my vision is good. It's pretty good. Well, apparently it's not as good now as it was 10 years ago. So I brought the glasses with me this time. So I know that's not good, because you should get your eyes examined I don't know how often, but because I don't wear the glasses, and I literally I can see I don't wear glasses to drive or anything. And like I said, if I'm someplace very foreign and very confusing, I may put them on, because my vision is not blurry or anything. So I don't even remember that my vision is not 20/20, because I see pretty good. Well, apparently in the last 10 years, my vision has depreciated a little bit, because I just read those numbers so confidently, and the girl was like, oh, but there's more at the end I need you to read. Well, it was a little fuzzy. So she worked with me and let me read through it more than one time because it was a little fuzzy at the end. So it was just a reminder, one, that it's time for me to go ahead and get another eye exam and get another pair of glasses. Like, I'm not even gonna tell you what year it was that I got the glasses that I have. Because like I said, I don't wear them. I'm glad I even knew where they were to bring them with me today. Or I may have done even worse on that vision test. But I was able to get through it, give all the right numbers so I could get my license renewed and not have to come all the way back down here. It was just a gentle reminder, like for all of 1 minute, you know, after I took the picture and I was waiting. So when I first sat down, you know, I was just like, dang, man, you know, my vision, what's up? I thought my vision was still what it was. So for a moment, you know, I felt some type of way for about about a minute, but very quickly I started to laugh because it's just a reminder that you know, this body of flesh that we live in, no matter how well we take care of it, we should take care of it because it is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and it is the frame that God has given us to use to walk around and fulfill his purpose in the earth. So, you know, yes, we should take care of our bodies. We should definitely do that. And there are some things that we can do in a lot of cases that will slow down the depreciation process of our bodies. Certain things over time they will depreciate. And I mean, you know, I love stories and seeing, you know, people who are in their 90s and 80s and, you know, they have great vision and, you know, keen hearing and, you know, they're very physically fit, strong frames. You know, that's inspiring to me, you know, to be able to take care of myself in such a way that I can still function very well when I'm older. So that's one of the reasons, you know, why I do strive to take care of myself now, because I believe, you know, I will be someone that will be able to live life to the fullest, you know, well into my old age, and be able to get around with, you know, my children and grandchildren and, you know, still travel and, you know, stuff like that. I hope, I aspire to still do those things even when I'm much older than I am now. I'm being intentional about the part that I can do. You know, we should strive to take care of ourselves, but at the same time, there's just so much more. It's just a reminder of how important the eternal is and how important it is to foster things that don't have to depreciate, like love, family relationships, you know, our walk with the Lord. Those are all things that, you know, can continue to increase all the way into eternity, even when we lose loved ones and it's hard, and the relationship is different because they're not with us anymore, but still that doesn't have to depreciate the value of our love for them. So things like that, you know, yeah, it's just a reminder of what's really important in life, that we are given this frame to get around, so we should take care of it. But if we worship our bodies instead of worshiping God and serving him and serving others and appreciating the life that he gave us in the time and space that we're in, you know, that's pretty miserable. Like, I know, you know, of people who are super meticulous about their bodies, and I think that's great. I mean, everyone has different things that they're really, really, really into and seeing success in. So when I see someone who's very, very, very meticulous about, you know, their weightlifting regimen and their diet and all of that stuff, when I see that, you know, it's inspiring. I think it's great. But I've also known people to, like, that's their absolute everything and there's nothing else, and they have absolutely no clue what they would do if they didn't have that physical attribute. And sometimes it takes, you know, for all of us, you know, getting a little older, or even you know, having to operate without something, you know, like you break a bone or whatever, your hair starts thinning, you know, you find your worth and your value in those things until you start to see that no matter how hard you hold on, they're slipping away. And in those times are a lot of times when we actually find the joy in life, because you know, we're not clinging so tightly to something that's going to slip away eventually anyway. So yeah, that's just, you know, my lesson at the DMV. I was also grateful that I was working with someone who was being gracious towards me in the DMV, because, you know, sometime, you know, in the DMV, if you don't get somebody who, you know, who's wanting to work with you in that moment, you know, if I had gotten someone who was short-tempered when I didn't read that last number correct, she might have been like, okay, ma'am, no, you're gonna have to go get you an eye exam, get you some new glasses, and then you come back. But the girl was like, try that last line again. She was just like, if you give me that last number, we're good to go. So, you know, I kind of whispered a prayer to myself, and I pressed my head down on the thing to see if I could get a little closer to it. And I was able to get that last number correct by the grace of God. And I'm telling you, it was by the grace of God, because I guessed. Because I was like, I don't know, is it a 9? Is it a 5? Is it a 6? Yeah, it was just a reminder for me to build my hopes on things eternal. But also a reminder to appreciate what I have and appreciate, you know, these moments that I have now. I remember 10 years ago, I remember the space that I was in. And inside, I was just clinging so tightly to my life and to my ideas about how things were supposed to go. Kind of a rite of passage to come here and renew my license, because it reminded me of where I was then and where I am now. And instead of being, you know, sad and full of doubt and depressed, that you know, I'm still on a journey in some areas. I feel more hopeful, and I feel, you know, encouraged to learn how to live in the present. It also makes me motivated to continue being more proactive with health and fitness and that kind of thing, because I know that 10 years from now, I could actually be more physically fit than I am now if I continue in the right vein, continue learning the right things to eat, continue making it my business to get a certain amount of physical activity, continuing to increase with weightlifting and things like that. You know, I could have a stronger cardiovascular system, a stronger frame, you know, more endurance, you know, just more strength. I could actually have more strength 10 years from now than I do now, you know, by the grace of God and being diligent to do the things that I know to do. So that's something I can do something about. Yeah, all of that to say, it's encouraging to know that I have another chance to continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to improve. I also have another chance to be grateful, another chance to live this moment in the present. All right, and my next stop is the bank. And I'm glad that I, you know, had my hair and makeup and everything together, even though these pictures are so blurry that it really wouldn't have mattered. So, yep. I am gonna head now to the bank. That's the last errand that I have to run for the day, and then I will grab some probably an early dinner and get started with some editing. I have a meeting later tonight, so if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel right now. Go ahead and click subscribe, because it's only going up from here, y'all. It's only getting better and better and better. I am gonna plow through this 31 days of May with my everyday in May videos, and I'm telling y'all, June and beyond, my channel is going up, and there's gonna be more things that I'm sharing with you guys that I'm excited about, that I cannot yet release fully, but please know that it's coming. So I want y'all to subscribe, because I don't want you to miss it. I want you to be amongst the first people who help to build my channel as I continue to share content that it's fun for me, it's a creative outlet for me, but I also aim to post things that are encouraging to you towards your journey, your goals, encouragement to you while you walk out your life in your process. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and invite them to subscribe to my channel as well. And I will see you in my next video.